Data Explorer is our most powerful data and analytics tool in the platform. You'll find it on the Data and BI tab. Once we load Data Explorer, it will present us with the different report types that we can access. Based on the report type that you choose, the dimensions and the measures of each report will be updated based on what's relevant to that information. We have sales data, one of the most valuable dashboards we can work with here, as well as a report on points and credit of members. We have all the rewards program campaign based information, reporting on different gifts, reporting on deals, how many have been issued, how much money and discounts has been accrued. We have communication reports as well. So if you want to see the status of emails and texts, and then we have the membership reports, the primary one being the member details, where you can see member signups by day, customer information, their status like consent, allow SMS, allow email. For this example, we'll jump into the sales report. Now, once the sales report loads, we're going to be presented with, in the left column, the dimensions and measures tying back to this report type. Generally, I'll condense all the major categories so I see what's available to me. In the layout of the report, you have the body of the report here, which is where we'll add different dimensions and measures to see that data and metrics. You have filters, so we're defaulting to a time period, a range of time on specific days in the past X days, and of course, you have the option to see anytime as well, the lifetime of the program. You can add additional filters such as certain products, certain locations that can help you get more specific reports. Now, in the left column where you see your categories, you have member information. So if we wanted to make a sales by member report, we could do that. And then you have purchase information and item information. So choosing options from these three categories is going to give you a different type of report. Member information will give you more of a sales by member geared report. Purchase information will give you more of a sales by time period or location report. And sales by item would be your product sales. So first, we'll take a look at the general purchase information. So of course, first I'm presented with the purchase date, the time at which it took place. So I'll choose date, and then I'll go right for the measures, basically the metrics that I'm going to see here. So under general measures, we'll pick the overall sales and the number of visits. So now it's going to give me a report by date with the total sales by day and the number of visits. So I'll run it now. It'll take about 10 seconds to query the results. Okay. And now I'm able to see this report. Of course, by clicking a header, you can sort, by time period, by sales, whatever different dimensions you have, dimensions and measures. And now what I can do to make this report a little more informative is I can pivot on a piece of data. So under the general information about purchases, I have location name. Let's say I pivot on that. And now it's going to basically request that I reload the report because I've added a new dimension. So once this loads, it's going to now break each set of two columns into each specific location. So we just took an overall sales report and we altered it into a sales by location report. So now, once the data loads, I'm able to see in the very top of each column the location name, and under each, I'm able to see the sales and the number of visits. Now, let's say we wanted to switch to a completely different type of report very quickly, we would be able to do so. So I'd remove the data that I currently have broken out here. And from here, I'll pick the new report data that I'd like to see. So I have item data. And again, we have unique dimensions and measures on this topic. So under the general information, I'll choose item name as part of the report. And then I'll choose to see the number of units sold and the sales, and we'll run it. When you're highlighting over different measures and dimensions, you'll see how you can use that. If you click on the name itself, it'll add it to the body of the report. If you choose filter, it'll make it a filterable field. And in the cases where you can choose pivot, it'll create that pivot table like we saw on the location report. Now, once my data loads, within 30 seconds, 45 seconds, we've switched from a sales by location report to a product sales report. If you wanted to filter down on a product or specific products, you could do so. You always have the item name that you can add as a filter up here. And in this list, you can populate the different names of the products. So you can select different products. You can use item code as a filterable field, and you can copy and paste the item codes from an Excel, maybe taken from your POS management console, and you can paste them into here for that type of report. Once you've generated the report that you want to utilize, you have a few options. You can save it as a template for the future. We do have a scheduling add-on that you can request from us as well. Anytime from here out, this template will be accessible to you. And then in the top right corner, you have the option to download the report, to take it in CSV file or whatever file type you would like to work with.